Hi everybody, I'm Joe Blair with Golfing the Tri-State. Today we have a real treat. We're at the oldest golf course in Evansville. Such history here at Helfrich Hills. Dave McAtee's the pro here. We're going to be talking with him and we're going to see the course and learn about Helfrich. And I get to play hole 6. It's another one of my nemesis holes. Oh my gosh, I part it this year though, so I'm ready. Helfrich Hills, Golfing the Tri-State. Dave McAtee coming up. Stay tuned.
Golfing the Tri-State is brought to you by NECA and IBEW Local 16 and Local 1701.
The IBEW Local 16 and NECA, the Southern Indiana chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association, want you to know about the quality difference of union electricians, a direct result of the ongoing superior training our electricians receive. It eliminates mistakes and saves you time and money. Non-union contractors cannot offer the high quality of training provided by our joint electrical JATC.
NECA and IBEW Local 16.
Come play through at H&H Music, where quality and great prices are par for the course. Pianos by Albert Weber and Young Chang. Digital pianos by Kurzweil. New and used grand pianos. Player pianos by Story and Clark. Beautiful console pianos by Weber and Young Chang. Band and stringed instruments, including Eastman, Jasmine, and Takamine guitars, plus Ludwig and Mapex drums, sheet music, and more. Make a key time at the H&H Musical Arts Center for lessons on any instrument. Swing away at H&H Music, the trusted name in music.
King Frost Insulators, Local 37, yeah. They insulate the USA, and they're trained to know just how. Industrial insulation, insulators got it down. I use the ones who know the job. They keep it green and never stop. Best at what they do in this town. They're the insulators.
Since 1971, Curly's Auto Body has been taking care of before and afters. At 31 Negley Avenue, just north of Diamond and Heidelbach in Evansville, the Farnsley family has been doing things the right way, restoring vehicles to the way they were before the accident. Curly's factory-trained technicians makes the after as good as new with a written lifetime warranty, written for life. So if you need a before and after, give Don and his team a call at Curly's Auto Body. Welcome back to Golfing the Tri-State here at Helfrich Hills Golf Course and Dave McAtee.
Good to be here, Joe.
PGA Pro, thank you very much for having us out.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm glad you guys could make it out this morning.
Everybody has played Helfrich Hills, from Bob Hamilton to Jeff Overton. What a history. Tell me the story. How did Helfrich Hills get started, Dave?
And Joe Blair, right?
And Joe Blair, yeah.
Well, Helfrich Hills was the first public course in town, built in 1923. A Tom Bendelow design, who was a famous architect. He was known as the Johnny Appleseed of American golf. He would go in different communities and lay out golf courses and move on. I don't think he saw a lot of facilities through their completion, but he laid out a lot of good golf courses, Medina being one of them.
Really?
And many others. And we're fortunate to have such a nice design here. Very unique, great terrain out here for a golf course, I think. Obviously, being in Evansville, I'm a little biased about that. But we're fortunate to have this type of design here in Evansville, and you know, it's a favorite of many players, and even people that go on and join country clubs and go other places to play golf enjoy coming back to Helfrich and playing this golf course.
It's so neat, such a challenge too. Now, was the course like it is now? Did Bendelow have to do much reshaping, or was it always hilly like this? I'm sure it was.
It's my understanding of the early history of Helfrich. It was called the Black Oak Forest at one time. It was just a lot of trees out here, obviously. The Helfrich family was in the lumber business years ago, and basically gave it to the city to develop as a golf course way back in the 20s. And I'm not sure how they got Mr. Bendelow to come through here and design this golf course, but after removing some trees and leaving a lot out also, they were able to build a fine golf course for our community here in Evansville.
Now, the home that is on the golf course, that was the original Helfrich mansion, right?
That's correct. The old home there off the 11th tee there, that's on Mesker Park Drive. Steve Helfrich lives there now. I believe that was his grandparents' home, if I'm not mistaken. But that was the original Helfrich home there that was there before the golf course was built, and probably one of the early homes here on the west side.
I hear it's beautiful too.
It's very, very ornate inside. It's a woodworker's dream in there. They've got black oak floors in there, and I've been fortunate enough to be in there many years ago, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful home.
Now, I know Helfrich Hills is a part of the city tournament about every year, isn't it?
Yes.
Each year?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it was involved in the first tournament that Dr. Aker won back in the 30s, I believe. And back then it was a 2-round tournament. I believe it alternated or went back and forth between Evansville Country Club and Helfrich. Evansville, I believe, was the first golf course in town, and of course Helfrich was the first public course, and even the original name of the course was the Helfrich Field Club back in those days. So I've got some throwback hats and T-shirts that say Helfrich Field on that, just to kind of pay respect to the original name of the golf course.
That's neat. Now, how about the clubhouse? When was it built?
This clubhouse is relatively new. I believe it was built in '97, and you probably remember the old clubhouse. It was a really neat building, but kind of worn down because it's a very old building, and we're very fortunate to have a modern facility along with Fendrick to really showcase Evansville City golf here in town. So we couldn't be more proud of it.
Neat. What are some of your favorite holes here at Helfrich? What do you like to?
I love the par 3s out here. 5's a great short hole, and some of the old time architects always try to throw a short hole and some difficult holes in. And
5 over the pond.
5 over the pond. About 110 yard shot over the pond, and then of course 10 here up the hill, very difficult par 3, and 14 is equally as difficult. So I'm kind of a par 3 guy, but of course 6, the hole that you're going to take on this morning, is probably our signature hole out here.
Oh man!
And that's the hole that I hear the most stories about week in and week out.
Taking on
how
6.
Guys taken or scored through 6 there, so should be fun.
You have a tip for us, right?
Yes, we're gonna talk about bunker play today, if that's okay, awesome. And we'll go out and hit a few bunker shots and talk about some fundamentals for executing a good, solid bunker shot.
Great. Dave McAtee, PGA Pro, Helfrich Hills, bunker shot tip of the week coming up on Golfing the Tri-State.
Nika and IBEW, Local 1701, Owensboro's best team, contractors with direction, safe electrical work. It's a quality connection, done right and on time for your home or business. A skilled, trained workforce that just makes sense. Nika and IBEW, Local 1701.
The Equipment Connection. Highway 57 just west of Daylight is your connection for fun. The Equipment Connection specializes in the Tri-State's greatest golf carts. Customized for golf and fun. Golf carts for home, farm, and the golf course. The Equipment Connection can even make your cart street legal. The Equipment Connection, Highway 57 Daylight. Your connection for fun. Brian Schmidt and his family know about golf and fun. The Equipment Connection. The Southwestern Indiana Building and Construction Trades Council, building the Tri-State with unmatched quality and precision. Tri-State Business trusts the building trades to get projects done on time and under budget. The Southwestern Indiana Building and Construction Trades, hometown people with outstanding integrity who are your friends and neighbors, drug-free and ready to deliver. And how they have delivered. Trust them for your next project.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Kirkland, President of Kirkston Mortgage Lending. You've heard our slogan, putting your best interests first. That really is our philosophy at Kirkston. We know by doing a great job for you today and getting you the best rate possible, you're going to be a customer in the future and will tell your friends and family about us. In this day and age, it is important to get good service and be treated fairly.
Putting your best interests first, Kirkston Mortgage Lending.
Businesses depend on C&I Electronics to recycle all of their used electronics. Some businesses bring the electronics to C&I, or C&I can come to you. C&I weighs the load, processes equipment according to R2 guidelines, and provides a letter of recycling. Hard drives are wiped or destroyed. C&I Electronics recovers metals for reuse and refurbishes items which can be purchased for a great price. They recycle what's left for commodity content. When your business needs electronic recycling, C&I is your answer.
The Good Samaritan Home is independently owned and operated and offers residential living and Alzheimer's care.
The Good Samaritan Home is more than a job. It's my opportunity to fulfill my life's passion of helping others with care and compassion. A smile or a friendly wave from the resident is worth more than any paycheck. Here at the Good Samaritan Home, we're like family.
The Good Samaritan Home is a non-for-profit health care ministry affiliated with United Church of Christ. Call or visit goodsamhome.org.
Welcome back to Golfing the Tri-State Tip of the Week with Dave McAtee, and we have our sand wedges. Thank you, sir. We all need help in the bunker, man.
Well, I chose this tip because I'm in the bunkers a lot myself too. So I've become a little bit more adept at it, and I have a tip today that I learned quite a few years ago that I don't think is taught a lot, but anyway, I thought I'd share it with the viewers today, and a different way of thinking about bunker play and what the club is actually doing and where the club needs to be while it's striking behind the ball.
Awesome. Okay, how do we start?
All right, well, the first thing we're going to talk about is obviously the sand wedge is a specifically designed club with bounce on it. So hopefully we have a sand wedge. We got to have the right tool for the job here. And my sand wedge has about 8 degrees bounce on it. This is a 58 degree sand wedge, which helps me hit the ball a little higher and softer. But the bounce is a very important part of this tip.
When you say bounce, what are you talking about?
The bounce is really known as the angle from the leading edge of the club to the trailing edge. And that means you've got angle going out here, and it's not level at the ground. You've got a bounce here that kind of helps the club work through the sand and kind of bounce through the sand, if you will, and not dig.
Right.
So if you're hitting bunker shots with a 9-iron or a pitching wedge, it's much more difficult because that club tends to dig. A sand wedge is specifically designed with some bounce to help us hit this shot a little bit better.
Neat.
So in this tip, we want to think about really the trailing edge of the club here, which is the back edge here. We want to feel like that's hitting the sand first and not the leading edge. Okay.
Right.
And then at impact also, we want to have our shaft fairly vertical and not the hands leading the shot, because if the hands lead the shot, the club tends to dig into the sand. Okay. And we might just dump it right in front of us here.
Neat.
So, okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to hit one.
I'll hit a shot here for you, and you know, really what I want to feel about when or think about when I'm hitting bunker shots is a couple things with my setup. I'm going to take my stance line and move it a little bit left and open it up a little bit, and also take the club and open the club up to, out to the right here about the same amount as I've opened my stance pointing to the left. So that will enable me to hit a fairly straight shot here with this blast shot. And that's the key to good bunker play, is we're never going to strike the ball. We're going to hit behind the sand, about an inch behind it, let the club work down through the sand, and the explosion and force of this shot will carry this ball out onto the green, hopefully. Okay. So again, when I set up here, I've opened my stance, I've opened the club. I really want most of my weight on my front leg, my left leg for us right-handed players. And my feeling is I want to get the club shaft pretty vertical once I hit the sand. I don't want the butt end of the club leading, and I don't want my hands behind. I really want to feel like if I had a clothesline and a blanket sitting over it, this shaft is going to hit that blanket all at the same time. Not the butt end of the club, or of course not.
That's a neat picture, a neat analogy. Yeah. That's good.
So we're going to feel like we're getting that shaft vertical and hitting behind the sand about an inch. And probably the death move for a lot of amateurs is not following through and carrying through here, because the follow through is going to create enough force to get this ball out of the bunker. So I like to see a player take a little shorter backswing and make sure he follows through almost completely here to the end, to ensure that we have enough strength and power to blast this ball out of this sand.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can pull this off, Joe.
Blasting time.
Okay.
Dave McAtee in the bunker at Helfrich. Nice. Oh, perfect.
Okay. We want to make sure we have good fundamentals to get this ball out and play on. And I like to tell my young players, you know, these shots are every bit as important as we hope we could hit it, you know, 300 yards off the tee, but that
Sure.
counts to how many strokes, Joe? One, just
Right.
like this one, and just like a 2 or 3 foot putt.
Awesome.
All right, so we need to work on our short game fundamentals to maximize our scoring.
I hesitate to say this, but should I hit one?
Absolutely. I'm ready for it.
Okay. I'll try.
Let me get you in some good sand here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
All right.
open up a little bit to the left.
Open our stance a little and open the club face. We want to
little
play
to
the
the
ball.
right.
I failed to mention it played a little bit forward, kind of off our left heel.
Okay.
But the key is really to get more weight into the left leg. Okay.
Yep.
And again, try to get this shaft to return vertical,
Vertical.
behind, you know, the ball hitting the sand about an inch behind it.
Hit that
And-
blanket.
Yeah, and make
Okay.
sure we follow through. Give it the force to get on the green.
All right. Here we go.
Excellent, excellent, pretty good. All right, a little more,
Got
more
out.
strength there. That's right, he was out, and that's the main objective. But a little more strength of the swing there. That have flown another 10 feet or so and have been perfect out
Nice.
there. So
Great
nice shot.
tip.
Okay.
Great tip,
Thank
buddy.
you, Joe. Yes, sir.
Dave McAtee in the bunker. I need to get out of the bunker every time. That's awesome. All right, tip of the week. We're going to be back with Golfing the Tri-State, and special thanks to our sponsors, the IBEW Local 16 and 1701 in Owensboro, and NECA, the National Electrical Contractors Association. Without electricity, we're sunk in the bunker. That's for sure. Golfing the Tri-State continues coming up.